Everybody, here's another great practical example of how to apply mindfulness and meditation to a movement. Or I should say not apply, but integrate it into other aspects of life. It doesn't replace seated practice. Seated practice is the foundation that builds the skills and the strength of these abilities, and then with that, then you can start to bring that into other parts of life. Movement is a great way to do that because there's a lot of similarities as far as consciousness, precision, awareness as far as things of posture. And so this is an opportunity to build your awareness and understanding of not just alignment, but also diving into the entirety of your sensational experience. So today is going to be the Turkish get-up, which is an example of a movement that has a lot of moving pieces in it, but also has these naturally pause points, and multiple of them. And so you're going to go through that, and you're going to initiate with a body scan, and I'll do it relatively quickly, but you're going to go through every aspect of your body, head to toe, toe to head, whatever orientation, direction you want to go. You're going to feel everything, then you're going to start the motion. And at each checkpoint, those like freeze frames, you're going to be this, what I call a model dancer. So you're going to have this graceful elegance to it, you're in alignment, but you're also going to pause and make sure that you are scanning not just the areas of focus that tend to get out of alignment, but also all these other areas that maybe you didn't even think about. I want you to be able to feel the hair on your head. I want you to be able to feel the socks that you're wearing. I want you to be able to feel the wind if there is wind. I want you to be able to hear what is happening later on or further out in the gym. I want you to start to see that because your experience isn't just in the embodied part. We're going to start to expand that through practice. So initially when we start this, we are not looking at this as a conditioning movement. So make sure that you start with a lighter weight. Primarily we're looking at this as an observational or sensational experience. Then once you get to a point and everything's pretty stable and you can hold something for at least 30 seconds because you're going to have to scan your entire body, then you can start to add load and make it a conditioning experience. And now this is where we get into things like exposure training, as I call it, which is you're starting to make things purposefully difficult to initiate internal self-dialogue or any other things, that sensations that you would normally like, oh my God, this is really hard, boom, cues your dialogue, then you're starting to play with that dialogue more. So these are all opportunities within this. So there's all these really cool elements to begin to play with. And I think that until you actually dive into it, don't take my word for it. Try this stuff out. But come at it with a playful curiosity and skepticism and see what unfolds. Because a lot of times we just go to the surface level, we try it one or a few times, like, I didn't get anything out of it, screw it. But what ends up happening is you keep consistently, you take the time, and you practice being, you actually break through and release. And then it's like this huge visceral experience, and you can't really explain it. It's like when someone says a joke and you don't get it until like 30 seconds later, you're like, oh, I don't get it. And then, that's what it feels like. So this week, play with this. Don't take my word for it. With curiosity, investigate and play with these things. I would love to see a video of this. What does it look like in your own practice? What were the actual things that you gained from this practice? And that's the big thing. It's a shared experience is really powerful. And in the meantime, enjoy this moment, move away.